Hey everyone. I just want to share something really interesting that I've been tracking. I did a study on this indicator I wrote last year. So all these bars that are colored yellow with the yellow arrow on top, they're signs of bullish excess. I did the study on the daily chart, and I've been waiting to forward test it on the weekly chart because on the daily chart I have 100 samples that I did a study on. On the weekly chart, we've only had 46 signals in 27 years. So it happens less than twice a year, and we finally have a situation on the weekly chart where we can watch it play out live. So I'm just I'm forward testing it, just adding data to my Excel sheet. The daily chart samples look really promising, and the weekly chart samples are matching up with the same statistics. So I think it's really interesting. Like the findings are really interesting. I wanted to share that here, and then we can just track it over time to see if it still plays out the way that the daily chart has been playing out. So all of these yellow bars are signs of bullish excess, and there are 44 of those. We've only had two signs of bearish excess. So buy signals. They're not actually signals because I'm just measuring the behavior around them, but those are right here in 2001, 2002. So it obviously missed a lot of bottoms, but based on the way that I've written the indicator, these are the only two bullish signals. So they're not meant to measure tops. They're just meant to measure excess. And then I've done a study to measure the behavior around that excess. So here are the results. They're pretty interesting. So I measured 10 events. I'm only sharing two here because they're the most useful. So on the daily chart, based on the 100 samples, there's a 94% chance of closing beyond the body of the excess bar. So this is the weekly chart, but essentially what that means is anytime we get a sign of excess, there's a 94% chance that we're going to close below the body of that excess bar. So those are the stats on the daily chart, but the weekly stats are matching up with that as well. So on the weekly chart, we have 98% actually, but it's a smaller sample size. So on the weekly chart, you can see here, so we have a sign of excess. Within one bar, we close below the body. Here we have a sign of excess. Within 4 bars, we close below the body. Here we have a sign of excess. We did not close below. We continued higher. Another sign of excess. And the third consecutive sign of excess, which is another stat that I'm measuring, or another event that I'm measuring. If we get 3 consecutive, then what's the behavior around that? But you can see that when this pullback happened, it closed below all 3 of these signs of excess. So it closed below this body. So all of these are considered in that 94%. Here as well, 2 signs of excess, close below. 2 signs of excess, close below here. So that's the first major statistic that we're probably going to close below this body because it's a it's a bar that signals excess. Now that's not as useful because sometimes in that 94%, sometimes it takes 86 bars to close below. So based on the weekly stats, the limited sample of 46 samples, there's an 83% chance that we will close beyond the body of the signal in 6 bars. So as soon as the signal happens, within 6 bars, there's an 83% chance we're going to close below this body. Now sometimes, as you can see here, we close below the body right away. So a lot of them just happen immediately. Even this one happened immediately. This one happened immediately. So there are different stats if we do not do that immediately. So if we get a bull breakout instead, then I measured a different event, which is that what are the odds of testing within the body range within 6 bars of the signal? So if we don't close below immediately and we get a bull breakout instead, so let me just show the chart here. So here, if we, instead of getting a close below the body, we instead get a bull breakout, what are the odds of testing back into the range of the body? So at least getting back here to 6307.75. So here we didn't test it. This tail did not enter the range of the body. So there is a 86% chance that we're going to get there within 6 bars of the signal. So in the next 4 bars, we should test 6307.75. And from the daily stats, there's an 83% chance of testing within the body range within 5 bars of the signal. So I had enough samples here, so I just used 5. And we can see that on the daily chart, we have a daily signal as well, and we got a bull breakout. So after the bull breakout, there is a 80% chance that we're going to get below 6404. And you can see on the daily chart, we had a similar situation here. So we had a sign of excess, bull breakout, and we came back and tested the body range 3 bars later. So this is the signal, and then on the 3rd bar, we tested the range. Here as well, so 2 signs of excess, We didn't close below the bodies. We got a bull breakout instead. And you can see the third bar after this last excess bar, we tested in the range of the body. So here we got just one bar up, and then we tested into the range right on the next bar. So 2 bars in. Here as well, we got a bull breakout, tested it in the range. Here we got a bull bar, tested back into the range. So there's a very, very high probability that we're going to do it. But to make it relevant, and it's really high probability that we're going to do it in the next 5 bars after the signal. So here as well. So we got excess, bull breakout, came back and tested the range of both of these excess bars. So that's what I'm expecting over the next 4 days, that we're going to get into this excess bar. And over the next 4 weeks, over the next 4 weeks, we're going to get into this excess bar. So 63.0775 is what I think we're going to be before the end of August.